Hello and welcome to my review of the Orks Goff Rocker for Warhammer 40,000 from Games Workshop. This model will cost you £21 and consists of 10 plastic components and a 40mm base, Terminator base. It is 2022's It is Games Workshop's 2022 Christmas miniature. That means that it's available up until 8 AM on Monday the 1st of January, and it'll be dispatched within 180 days. I pre-ordered mine when it first became available, and it was shipped out pretty quickly. As usual, we'll have a close look at the miniature and look at all the detail. I'll go through some size comparisons and finally the rules. Now I've heard that the Goff Rocker has his rules in one of the most recent White Dwarfs. For some reason it's not on the Warhammer community website, which is a bit of a shame, and I wonder if they will eventually get that out to us. So the only rules I can really give you are from 8th edition back in 2020, I think. His rules aren't in the new Orc Codex with all the feral orcs and things. I suppose you could use him as a knob, not a mega knob, but there we go. So let's have a look at the miniature. Fantastic mini, and it was supported pretty well with, like, he got his own music video and things like that. Yeah, he's got this squig amp thing that he's stood on, which is fantastic. He's got this microphone, which is like a grenade. He's got this sort of top hat, a load of ammunition, this guitar. This is a thing. Is he a bassist? Is he the lead singer? I don't know, but pretty cool. You'll have no problems putting him together. He went together quite well. There might be like a little gap there, which I've just remedied with some green stuff. Looking at it, I think I need to put a bit more green stuff just in that gap. But yeah, there you go. That is the Christmas miniature. It's a shame that the didn't come with the rules and things, especially for the £21 price point. You're just getting this. It's a nice little booklet to keep for the sort of painting guide, I guess, for like painting reference maybe. But yeah, and you get it in this, and you get him in this commemorative box as well. So size comparisons then. So firstly, I'd just like to compare him to my knob, which is right here. So there he is. He is, well, he's a little bit taller than my knob, but and probably they share the same thickness, maybe. Maybe my knob is a bit thicker, but there we go. Size-wise, he's going to fit right in with your selection of knobs. Speaking of which, here's another one. Here's a mega knob. Again, he's probably a little bit taller, but nowhere near as thick. And then I've got an Orc Boy just come along. So he's going to be a fair bit bigger than an Orc Boy. As I say, he's on a Terminator base. So this is an old Orc Boy from like the early 2000s, 1990s. And then I've got last year's Christmas model. I think it's last year's. The Red Gobbo, absolutely lovely miniature. You just got to be careful that you don't break the star off or these baubles or anything like that. So yeah, that's the Red Gobbo from last year, both on the same size base, but last year did have a bit of a scenic base, pre-textured snow. I don't know whether you need that. With this Ork Goff Rocker, I probably would put a bit of snow on his base, just to carry on the Christmas theme. And then a size comparison with the big orc himself, Ghazghkull Thraka. I mean, look at the size of this guy. It's absolutely huge. Space Marine. So yeah, that's Ghazghkull Thraka next to the Goff Rocker. Final comparisons I want to make is just with a couple of Imperial models. So my usual, so I've got Primaris and a normal Space Marine and Slime Marbo. I should really get the new Cadians, shouldn't I, to start comparing models with those, but the Goff Rocker is bigger than a Space Marine, way bigger than Slime Marbo, and compared to a Primaris is just a tiny bit taller. I mean, his hat adds to his height, but yeah, there is that. So there you go, that's where he measures up. There are no spare parts, that's why I've skipped that section. You know, what you see is what you get. You're not going to get a different guitar or a different squig amp or anything like that. So the last thing really for me to go through is just his rules. I will just take a moment to go through like his 8th edition rules, where they were in a data sheet. So I don't know what the actual points cost of him were, but his power points cost was a 4. He was an HQ choice. He was movement of 5 inches, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 5+, strength 5, toughness 4, 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 6, and a save of 4+. He had a rocker shooter, a rocker chopper, and you can only include one of this unit in the army. The rocker shooter was a 24-inch range, assault 4, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1 weapon, and the rocker chopper was a melee weapon, strength +1, so that's strength 6, AP 0, damage 1, and each time the bearer fights can make 1 additional attack with this weapon. The abilities, here we go, mob rule, Daka Daka Daka, music. At the start of each battle round, select one type of music below for this model to perform until the end of that battle round. So this is quite cool. You had Gothic Rock. While a friendly Goth infantry unit is within 6 inches of this model, add 1 to the strength characteristic of models in that unit. That's good, but they have to be within 6 inches of him, which is very short range. Heavy Metal. While a friendly Goth infantry unit with the no mucking about culture is within 6 inches of this model, the additional hit as a result of that ability is generated on a modified roll of 5+ instead of 6. So yeah, and that's it. Keywords: Ork Goff, character, infantry, knob, Goff Rocker. So yeah, not the best rules in the world. So yeah, it's but it's still a bit of a shame that we didn't get the rules on the community site and things as well. If you wanted to use him as a normal knob, which I probably would suggest you do, you know, ordering about a load of sort of orc boys, have him as like a boss knob. Then his movement is 5, and these are from the 9th edition rules. Movement is 5 inches, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 5+, strength 5, toughness 5. So you see the difference between 8th and 9th right there. He's got a toughness of 5, 2 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 7, and a save of 6+. I suppose you could just say that he's got a big chopper or something, or I don't know what you could actually say that he's got, because he doesn't actually have like any pistols or choppers or anything on his person, does he? So yeah, it's really up to you how you want to use him. You know, you might just want to have him as a decorative piece to the collection, a bit like the Red Gobbo. But yeah, what do you guys think of the Goff Rocker? Hoping to start up a band with all of the other miniatures. You know, you've got the harp player for Slanesh, you've got the guitarist with the Noise Marine, you've got the organ player for Sisters. I mean, you could probably create a little band with some of these Warhammer miniatures. Anyway, please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Mork.